Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I look a little bit crazy, but I am so comfortable, believe me. It's currently 11:43 p.m. and it's Monday, January 18th. I have to film this video today because another day is gonna be way too long. I procrastinated so much. I am actually currently 4 days, I think 3 or 4 days into my 4th month, and I'm trying to film my update on my 3rd month of being on Accutane. I just talked about why I procrastinated and why I've been gone. I'll link that video down below. Yeah, I already talked about that, but let's get into my 3rd month. I can't believe I'm already past my 3rd month of being on Accutane. Time is really flying by. I've been saying that for every video, and it's so exciting because, you know, nobody wants to live with acne, so it's really nice to just watch the time go by really fast. Even though it's really smooth sailing for me, I've mentioned in all my videos that I don't have any side effects. I will elaborate on that in a second, but I want to get into my appointment that I had with my dermatologist for a refill at the beginning of this month. So my doctor went ahead and prescribed me 40 milligrams. She continued to prescribe me 40 milligrams because at the time I was purging a lot. And I know in my update in my last month, for my last video, my 2nd month, I said that I currently wasn't purging. So mind you, my refills have been every 3 weeks instead of like at the end of every month, like after 4 or 5 weeks. So I've been getting prescriptions early than usual. Also, at the time, I was purging a lot, and my doctor wanted to continue prescribing me just 40 milligrams because she just, by the look of me, wanted me to get better right away. And if she increased the dose, in her opinion, at my rate, she thought that I was just gonna purge more, because the more you increase the dose, you're just gonna purge more, and you're also gonna experience more intense side effects. So she just wanted me to heal right away, so she just kept me on a steady dose. So yeah, she decided to, for the 3rd month, prescribe me 40 milligrams. So in my 2nd update video, I filmed that 2 weeks after my 3rd refill. So my skin started getting better. So I mentioned in that video, in that week, my skin was completely clear, and a week after that, I started purging again, which is the beginning of my 3rd month. That's when I started taking those 3rd month refills. I'm trying to make this not confusing. I hope you're still with me. So when I filmed that 2nd month update, I was clear. I think I can say that's the start of my purging dying down. I did have a couple breakouts during this month, my 3rd month. In the middle of it, I had maybe 4 or 5 breakouts at one time, forming in like a couple days within 1 week.
Here I'm showing you guys that I had a couple breakouts during this month. I had it on my cheek, and then, sorry it's windy, but I also had it on my jawline and my neck.
And then the next week I was clear. So all those like new zits just died down. So the reason why I can tell that my purging has died down was because at the beginning when I started Accutane, my skin really literally went through the roof. It was insane. My zits developed like in 4 or 5 places in one day, and like pretty much every 2 or 3 days I would get a new one. and it would take so long for my zits to die down, and I had like pus everywhere.
So this is the beginning of Accutane. This is when I first started. I was purging a lot. I like to show this video because it's a great reminder to see how far I've come, to show how far I've come. But yeah, it was horrible. This is the worst my skin has ever looked. Gross.
But that's how it is when you start all these acne medications. There's always going to be a purge period. That's just the way it is. That's the reality of it. So now I don't have any zits, so that's really nice. But that could change tomorrow. I might just get one, but that's kind of the rate of my zits right now, is I'll just have one in every like week or so, every like 7 days. So it's more spaced out than just like 5 thrown at me in one day, and that developing like every 3 or 4 days. Now it's just like one zit once a week, or not even that. So I'll include my before and after pictures and more videos right now, because I don't want to show you guys, because you can see like currently I am sitting on my bedroom floor with studio lighting. I have a ring light, and that generally like blurs out all my acne. I mean, you can still see like a little bit of redness, but it's not as clear. So I like to just take pictures and footage in natural daylight, or just a close-up with my phone, than just like showing you guys right now, because it's a way better quality.
So this is the before I'm showing you for this month, and this is my after. So you can see all my breakouts are pretty much gone.
So my back is doing really well, actually. Ever since I started Accutane, I think I've had a total of maybe like 3 zits the entire time I've been on Accutane. So really, when I show you these pictures, you can see my back is just, all I have is just scarring. That's all I'm dealing with right now. That's all the redness. I really don't have any zits right now. It's just hyperpigmentation and scarring.
This is what my back is looking like in the beginning of this month. So you can see just a lot of scarring. And this is what my back is looking like at the end of the 3rd month, January 18th. You can see the hyperpigmentation is lighting up.
So my doctor said that will go away with Accutane. I think I mentioned in my first update that Accutane is like tretinoin. It's supposed to kind of shed your skin and turn your skin over to kind of even the complexion out. So the pigmentation is supposed to go away when the acne goes away. So the only thing that's really permanent are the acne, like the pitted acne scars, if you have those. Yeah, so Accutane doesn't really take care of the pitted acne scars, unfortunately. But you know, I think Accutane is so good because it clears like pretty much 3 out of the 4 problems you have with the acne. Like, you know, the hyperpigmentation, the zits, and also the oiliness. Those are the 3 things I really struggled with the most. And the 4th thing that comes with the acne is the pitted scars, but you know, I'm doing other stuff for that. So, but that's pretty good, 3 out of the 4. So I did want to elaborate on the side effects. I know I mentioned in every single video that I don't have side effects. So I will say that my lips have been chapping a lot more. I've been noticing it's not chapping now because I put Vaseline on it. Okay, so I want to clarify, I do have the side effects, but it's just very minuscule. It's like, I just feel so normal that it doesn't really faze me. And I'm at 40 milligrams, and I know for people at even 30 milligrams, it's also really drying already. But for me, I think I want to conclude that it's because I had really, really oily skin to begin with, and I just think it just brought me in the middle between an oily and a really dry skin spectrum. I think everybody starts at 30 milligrams. I didn't really experience the chapping of the lips until 40 milligrams. And My skin overall actually is still normal. I don't feel like it's so dry that it's tight and like cracking, like it's raw at all. So really I'm only experiencing the chapping of the lips, but never to the point where it's raw. So my side effects are very bearable. Like it's really nothing. Like it's so normal.
So this is what my lips are looking like right now. You can see it's a little bit of chapping going on. So this is what my lips look like in the very beginning of starting Accutane. My lips are pretty much the same. It's really not that bad, but of course they still have a little bit of dryness.
So what I do when I have chapped lips is, like I said, I put Vaseline on it. And before even Accutane, I've mentioned before, like I don't drink water, so it's really nothing to me. I would say now at 40 milligrams, it's chapping more. But with Vaseline, it pretty much just fixes that for me. I just put a coat on, I sleep with it, and I'll show you a video. I love Vaseline in a way that it kind of exfoliates your lips. Vaseline is actually not like a lip balm. It's actually designed to lock in the moisture, but it's not a moisturizer for your lips, if that makes sense. My doctor did recommend that, but it's really not a moisturizer. It's not a lip balm at all. It definitely feels like one, but it's not. It's actually just supposed to lock the moisture, so the moisture that you already have in your lips, and it prevents, it's kind of like a blanket for your lips, if that makes sense. So it blocks whatever in the environment that's making your lips dry. So but pretty much for me, like when I wake up after putting Vaseline on, like my lips, I can like wipe them off. All like the shed and the peeling skin can come off really easily, as opposed to, like, you know, when your lips are chapped and you want to peel them off, and then you pretty much, like, your skin is like dangling on, it's like glued to the new skin underneath, and so when you peel it off, like, you basically rip your skin off and you start bleeding. So Vaseline works great to kind of like unlatch, you know, your dead skin and your like new skin gently. So in other words, it exfoliates really well. I've like talked so long about Vaseline. I'm so sorry.
This is me exfoliating my lips gently after using Vaseline. Wait for it, wait for it. Ew! You gotta admit though, look how good my lips look. Nice. Yeah.
So I did have a minor nosebleed. That's also another common side effect.
Sorry for showing you guys all these gross pictures, but you guys know how I like to show evidence in my videos.
I did have a minor nosebleed, but I have really bad allergies, mind you. So I rub my nose a lot, and it's really, really, it really sucks. I think I'm gonna go see an allergist because I honestly like can't live like this. I hope they come up with something, because during the day I'll either sneeze a lot, and it's so uncomfortable since we still have COVID. It's just like, you know, you can't hold it in, and you want to sneeze and people just like think, oh my god, like they back away because they think that I have COVID, and I just make people feel uncomfortable, and I'm uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable. My sinuses swell up so bad. It's so annoying. Anybody with allergies, comment down below, you know, like what you guys do. I'm allergic to dust mites, and I have a lot of animals, and they collect a lot of dander, and I definitely suffer. That's one con of having animals, but yeah, it really sucks. I'm allergic to cats too, so I swell up if I like pet the cat and then rub my eyes. Like my eyes get really swollen, and you can see too, like if I get a scratch from a cat, my skin will start like bubbling up around that cut. It's pretty crazy, but that's how you know I'm allergic to cats too. Yeah, so those are the two main things. I'm allergic to dust and I'm allergic to cat dander, but all my animals collect dust, so I can say I'm allergic to them too. But yeah, so being allergic or having allergies, I should say, causes a lot of problems. So, but those problems, I like rub the heck out of my nose. So, because it's a little bit dry, I think that's really what caused the nosebleed. But it took me a really long time to even get that nosebleed because I was like vigorously rubbing my nose. I generally do this when I have a runny nose, or like do this, or like do one of these. It's so satisfying, but it's so annoying at the same time. So I also want to mention for this month too, I've been noticing that I've been getting zits inside my nose. I can tell because of course I touch my nose a lot because I have allergies, and yeah, I still feel it. So I don't really have zits here, but I do have like welts inside my nose, and it's so uncomfortable. Ugh. And the last thing I wanted to mention too that I noticed is my eczema. So I've had eczema before I've had acne, and before I started Accutane, sorry. So I had so many problems, so many skin problems growing up. It was not just acne. I should have become a dermatologist or an esthetician because it's just, you know, I want to help people. Like, I understand the struggle of having all these skin problems, but the two main things I really struggled with is eczema and acne. My eczema subsided just growing up, but as a kid, I had the worst eczema. When I was little, I had patches all over my body, mainly in the places that I sweat. So like my armpits, the back of my knees. I actually had it on like my shins too, all over, just like terrible rashes. And I would just like scratch vigorously. You know, as a kid, you just like want to scratch so much, and it was terrible because I remember the first time I came to where I live now in Hawaii. I came to this island my parents took me to, and they took me to snorkeling, and at the time I was scratching so much, and as soon as I hit the water I was screaming, and my mom wanted me to like duck down and look in the water, obviously because they're paying for this snorkel trip, and I just could not enjoy it because the pain was so unbearable from like scratching a lot, and my skin just like ripping from just scratching vigorously. So when the salt water hit it, so painful. It was just awful. I would scratch until I had like scabs. It was awful. And then I would pick the scabs, and then my skin would be exposed. So I had like two kinds of eczema. One is like, you know, like the dry peely patches. You can see, like, I have pictures of more recent pictures of me having eczema on my in the inside of my elbows, like in my forearm. That's another common place, sorry. I would get patches like here and there. They would show up, but when I was like as an adult, but it was never to the point, it's never to the point where it's so bad like it was before when I was a kid. And the second kind of eczema I had was I asked my dermatologist the other day. It was like, it's called dihydrotic.
So this is what I googled. It's pronounced dihydrotic.
It's basically like blisters on your skin. They're just like little fluid-filled bumps. It's really uncomfortable, annoying. And I used to have that all over my hands, and usually it shows up on your hands and feet. So I used to have that all over my hands, and then it went away naturally. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I started having that, but only in one tiny area, and it's like in the web of my fingers.
So you can see the tiny blisters here on my finger. It also goes into the inside of my finger, and also this is what it looks like when it's dried out.
I've had it before I started Accutane, and ever since I started Accutane, I will say that it's gotten a lot worse. And I can tell because even what I swear by is hydrocortisone. Like, that's the one thing that really helps me with my eczema. Like, it will clear it up within a day. It's so amazing. I wish that was the case for my acne, but it's not. And if I stop using it, it will come back. So I would put that on, and I've been putting it on ever since I started Accutane, and it will go away, and then it will come back like right away. It'll heal and just come back. So that's how you know, like, the Accutane is starting to make my skin a little bit more dry. So all in all, I have combination skin. That's really like a common thing. I asked my dermatologist too. Like, I thought, like, oh, if you have oily skin, like, you know, wouldn't you have oily skin all around? I've had eczema when I was younger, so I'm like, well, if I had eczema, and eczema is dry skin, why do I have acne too? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I have dry and oily skin, but it is a thing. People do have combination skin. So yeah, my eczema definitely amplified on Accutane, because my doctor said, of course, Accutane is designed to dry out your skin a little bit more, and that since you're taking it internally, it dries like your whole organ. Everywhere on your skin, it's dry. So I still use hydrocortisone, but I noticed that, like, it will flare up in and out, as opposed to me putting it on constantly. Even though I do, it usually, like, stays down, if that makes sense, when I keep using it. So yeah, when I use it now, it'll go away and then come back up, even if I use the hydrocortisone consistently. So yeah, okay. Oh my god, I never talk so much. Normally I'm like so uncomfortable to talk in front of the camera. I'm really trying to work on my camera presence, guys. It is really hard talking to myself, looking myself into my phone in my own room. Yeah, like, I really feel like I'm talking to nobody, so it's just still uncomfortable. Comment down below. I know there's a lot of YouTubers watching my videos. Comment down below if you guys are more uncomfortable talking in front of the camera, or more uncomfortable talking in front of a big audience. Anyways, that's gonna be it for my 3rd month update. If you guys liked it, definitely give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below, and definitely subscribe if you like my videos and want more from me. I will definitely be uploading more content. It's not all about acne here, even though that's just like huge, biggest struggle of my life, of my existence, but there's more to life than acne. That should be like a quote on my shirt. It's hard to live by. I'm gonna go. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.